your connection looks good, but let me just start off with you. We're reviewing the successes and failures, of the supplementary elections that came up over the weekend. We've not seen that kind of a thing before. I mean, of course, there were the successes, but let's just look at the notorious situation, and that goes all the way to Adamawa. Tell me, what was your read of all the goings on in Adamawa between the resident electoral commissioner, the returning officer, INEC headquarters, and the politicians themselves? Give me your read.
You see, Uncle Yori, the drama that took place in Adamawa did not just start yesterday. It started even in the course of March 19 elections. And I think that there is a need for us to review our electoral system to ensure that we don't make provisions for some of the things we have witnessed with respect to 2023 elections. First, we have seen inconsistency in the application of the law, whereby in some states, elections were declared inconclusive, that there will be supplementary elections based on the margin of votes between the winner and the leader and the runner-up in the election, and then the cancelled votes. So, and in some states we've seen declaration. Adamawa is an example. Ogun State is an example. In Ogun State, the result was declared. In Adamawa, it was not declared. In Kaduna, it was declared. So that inconsistency, we need to deal with that. That will enable us not to have the kind of drama that we witnessed in Adamawa yesterday. What we witnessed in Adamawa is treason. It's a treasonable and felony offense. And I think that those that are involved should be prosecuted. First and foremost, let me commend Ayo Zubakun, because Ayo was there, right? I was watching it live, and Ayo gave a proper frame to that particular issue. Every one of us should support what is right. And I want to commend TVC, because TVC was the only station that captured the real life event of what really happened at that. I got to my hotel room and I just tuned into the TV, and lo and behold.
Indeed, it was something of a spectacle, as Dr. Jide Johnson is just saying to us. I mean, your read of the situation, because I've seen commentary that we've had all sorts of shenanigans in our politics, but this sort of takes the cake. I mean, there are clearly defined roles between the returning officer and the resident electoral commissioner. And as the INEC headquarters now said, usurping the role of the returning officer is something that they couldn't wrap their heads around. No doubt they'll have investigations. Did you manage to fathom out what exactly was going on?
I think I will collaborate on what Doctor has just said. I think our electoral act needs to be reviewed. Because look at the kind of experience we had in Lagos. How many days we have to wait? When the result is already known, when we are just battling with 1, 2, 3 polling units, and we cannot really get the result out. I think that aspect needs to be sorted out. And that's what eventually carried on in all this thing we're having in Adamawa State today. Like Doctor said, we have some states that results were announced. Nobody says inconclusive. Whether there is a third hand in the elections in Adamawa, nobody understands the scene. Because suddenly we heard that the incumbent governor is leading by 34,000. And some people were speculating, is it possible for the woman to surpass? And suddenly we had that surpass, and somebody announced results. And it was questionable. No doubt.
And she had quickly done an acceptance speech.
That seems like a charade to me, too.
So
it seems like a charade. Are we really doing democracy, or we're just fighting for a cause to be governor of the state? Is it a democratically elected governor in that process? I think the electoral act, like I've said, has to be reviewed. It has to be reviewed.
Just like
we've done what we have. Yes, so far so good. We can say it's done. We've done so well about the electoral process. But this end of it, whereby they've counted majority of the votes in a state or in a constituency, and we have few units left, and somebody is saying the election is inconclusive, and we have that, haphazardly in various places. Some places are conclusive, some are not conclusive. Something needs to be done to the Electoral Act.
I wonder, if, Jide, are you back online yet?
No,
Jide is
are
back
back
online.
with you.
Okay. You went away briefly, one expects that from time to time with the networks. But Jide, do you think, was INEC let down? Because people have been giving INEC commendation, but as you know, they say, I don't know, they must be saying that kind of a thing too in relation to, they say a producer is as good as his last production, and that's in television. But in the case of INEC here, people have been giving them kudos, they've really tried, they've been innovative, not that it was without criticism, but do you get the sense that for the resident electoral commissioner in Adamawa, what was INEC let down?
Well, you see, it's both institutional failure and leadership failure. Institutional in the sense that the character and integrity of this INEC resident electoral commissioner has been called to question. He has been called to question. There were doubts with respect to his impartiality and his integrity, and because there were audio tapes that were circulating with respect to his conversation. And I think that what INEC should have done is to have relieved him of that duty and then probably post another resident electoral commissioner to that place. So that's why it's both institutional and leadership. We have seen from the INEC resident electoral commissioner in Adamawa State, he does not have what it takes to be a resident electoral commissioner. If you are appointed as a judge, you are meant to be impartial. For example, if you're a judge and your family members commit a crime, you don't say because they are close to you, you don't do what is just. You do what is just and what is appropriate. So for me, it's both institutional and leadership. And you see, if we extrapolate from what we have witnessed in Adamawa, it is because it is a gubernatorial election. How many things will have happened at the State House of Assembly election, at the House of Rep election, at the senatorial level, that there are not too much spotlight on it, like the gubernatorial election, that we have so much spotlight on in Adamawa State. And it begs the question, do we really want to practice democracy, or do we really want to just voice any kind of person on people's will? We can't be spending 300 billion in the first instance on Yori, and it will take ages, it will take weeks, it will take days for them to just do simple arithmetic. It is simple for you to compute figures. If it is to compute figures to steal money, it won't take ages. But to compute figures to declare the winner of election, and then we'll do it for 72 hours on Fiori.
Yeah.
Just how many votes are they counting? Votes that is not even up to 1 million.
Yes.
The votes, the total votes in that state is not up to 1 million. And then we see situation whereby they will suspend the collation of results. It took us, we have it, and I've said it. Let me close with this. I've said it that if we provide a timeline for people to vote, that is you can only vote between 8 and 2:30. We should also provide a timeline to which you can announce the result. We should provide a timeline.
Yeah.
And that will stop all of this abracadabra that we are witnessing.
Yeah. Really?
There is a lot of abracadabra with the election.